Maker's Book!
The Ultimate Guide to Modern Agriculture by Conrad Reicher, available now. You ever notice how nobody gives a damn about male dropouts until they're stacking bodies in a trench somewhere? The education system's been rigged against boys for decades. Feminized classrooms, zero tolerance for rough housing, and teachers who punish male energy like it's a disease. Meanwhile, girls get coddled with empathy circles and participation trophies, while boys are drugged into compliance for acting like, well, boys. The stats don't lie. Men now make up just 40% of college grads. But instead of fixing the problem, we get weepy TED Talks about toxic masculinity from women who've never had to discipline a 15-year-old with a busted home and a chip on his shoulder. I grew up watching my cousin Jake, smart as hell, but allergic to desk work, get labeled a problem child because he couldn't sit still for 6 hours of finger painting therapy. By 20, he was welding oil rigs in North Dakota, making 6 figures, while his former teachers were still handing out gold stars for emotional intelligence. The system isn't failing boys, it's ejecting them on purpose. And when they hit the real world with no skills and no respect, we act shocked when they either check out or blow up. Here's the truth, men don't need more sensitivity training. They need discipline, purpose, and a battlefield to conquer. The Spartans didn't whine about inclusion. They threw boys into the wild and told them to survive. Maybe it's time we stopped pathologizing masculinity and started channeling it. Ever seen a woman test a man's word like it's some kind of courtroom drama? She'll set little traps, ask him to pick her up at 8, then show up at 7:45 just to see if he's waiting. It's not about punctuality, it's about power. Women have been running these subconscious compliance tests since the dawn of time, and most men don't even realize they're being audited. Fail enough of them and you're dumped with a vague excuse about not feeling the connection. I had a buddy who promised his girlfriend he'd build her a bookshelf. Life got busy, the project stalled, and suddenly she's questioning his entire character. If he can't keep a simple promise, how can I trust him with bigger things? Meanwhile, she'd forgotten to pay him back for 6 months of takeout. The hypocrisy is hilarious. Women demand accountability from men while expecting infinite forgiveness for themselves. Here's the fix. Say what you mean what you say, and never apologize for having priorities outside her whims. A man who stands by his word doesn't need to prove it. His actions do the talking. And is she still testing you? She's not yours. She's just borrowing you until something shinier comes along. The Marxists love to whine about capitalist ideology, like it's some shadowy conspiracy. Meanwhile, they're charging $50,000 a year to teach gender studies in air-conditioned lecture halls. If capitalism is so oppressive, why do its worst critics always end up living off its spoils? I'll tell you why, because unlike their utopian fantasies, capitalism actually works. Take my neighbor, a third generation. Do-it-yourself farm. The government tried to bankrupt him with regulations, so he pivoted to artisanal cheese and undercut Whole Foods by selling direct to consumer. Now he's got to wait